Okay, so Green Frog here, and I just came back from seeing Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, and I thought it was probably the best Star Wars movie out of the modern J.J. Abrams trilogy that started with The Force Awakens back in 2015. All the characters were there, and were as just as good as they have always been, and of course Rey has now finally kind of like made it to become like a full-blown Jedi, and Kylo Ren is massive spoiler warning. Kylo Ren actually tries to come back towards the light and try and redeem himself, and it's basically just a massive journey of Rey trying to pull everything back together, and in a way that's basically what happens. The cinematography in this movie was it was very lush. It was very colourful. It was extremely vivid, and most of all, it was just a beautifully shot film. Han Solo does make an appearance in this movie as well, although he just kind of comes back as spirit form, I guess, and is really there to tell Kylo Ren that there's still good in him, I guess, and basically he's there to kind of help him come back towards Zorda's coming back towards the light, and I think that's the whole theme of this movie was that there's always hope, and there's always a reason to come back towards the light. Also, I guess the acting for Finn was also really good. There really wasn't anything in the movie that was, I would say, to be terrible. I mean, it was a really well shot, really imaginative, and really well put together movie, as well as just it was just a good time at the movies. I am it's highly predictable that it's probably going to be the highest grossing film of the year, because of Star Wars, and also just an amazing blockbuster movie. I guess what you could say is that it was, I mean, it was definitely it was full of emotion. It was entertaining. The production design was also better than it was in the previous films. Luke Skywalker does make a reappearance in the movie as a spirit. There was no Yoda though. Yoda didn't make it in this film. I guess he's gone. And also, let's see. I guess the Star Wars the lightsaber duels were, I think they were better in the last film. I mean, I did enjoy the lightsaber battles more in the Last Jedi. I thought they were a bit more, a bit more action orientated, but I would say that these are the lightsaber battles in this movie were also good, as well as, let's see, as well as the space fight missions. I mean, the space fighting and dogfighting sequences in this movie were absolutely spectacular, and also I mean, the film is just chock-a-block full of spaceships. I mean, like at the very end, there's just, I mean, like the screen just crammed with Star Wars spacecraft and all types of ships that would really just get the fans going. And also it was just, and also of course the Star Wars music is there as well, which is always amazing. And also Chewbacca was just as good as he was in Force Awakens. And also the locations in this movie. I mean, they got some real good locations in this movie, as well as, I mean, the CGI has reached a level where it's just, it's really hard to get any better than this when you see this movie. It's incredibly detailed and incredibly it's just it's a rich story. It's such a sharply shot movie. It's full of that Star Wars spirit that you want. Overall, just in incredible time. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And if you're a Star Wars fan, I mean, I definitely see it. It's the final film in the Star Wars franchise. I mean, in the Skywalker saga. And it was really a satisfying kind of closure and end to the main Star Wars saga. I know the Star Wars story movies are going to keep on going, but I was really satisfied with the way this movie ended. I might watch it a couple more times and tell a bit more about what I think about it.